Oh yeah, these guys cold. I do love these. These are sick. We got something special. I'm gonna show Christian too. This is my long-term homie.
Video if you want me to.
Nah. You're right here, bro. You know what? Let me level with all of you. I'm gonna sit like this. New deck. Accompanied by new shoes. Got some New Bounces. You guys already know what these are. I don't even have to name them. We got them in the black and olive because the all tan colorway I really wanted, it's not here yet. We got another 2 weeks before that drops. But for now, we got this one. And honestly, I am hyped on this colorway. It took me a second to warm up to it just because I was so hyped for the all brown ones. But these ones are sick too. And I think they're going to go with a lot more of the stuff I'm wearing. Like for instance, I'm wearing all black right now. See, that's a good catch right there, man. See my reflexes? I'm getting like Dom. Honestly, I did not expect this at all from New Balance. It does feel like a running shoe in your hand, but like on foot, it feels like a skate shoe. So it's giving me mixed signals. One of my favorite pieces is the sole. Clear sole with some gum on the outside, so extra durability there. And it's a multi-piece midsole with absorb on both the forefoot and the heel, which is sick to me. And then it's nice and thick around that primo area. The tongue is like moderately padded. Cool for me. One of the things I absolutely love is that it has tongue centering straps on the inside that are pretty thick, so the tongue shouldn't move around. So yeah, enough talking. I'm gonna throw these on, tie up the other side, and we'll get to skating. Kickflip. Yeah. Wow, that eats impact pretty nice.
You gonna kickflip it now?
No. This shoe uses a suede and leather upper going from the toe box to the side panel to the heel counter, all the way around the shoe with little areas of mesh on the tongue to leave the tongue nice and breathable, and on the inside of the heel counter to leave your shoe breathable, and then these little pieces on the side panel here and over here, which is going to give you this little extra piece of breathability. Also, you do have perforations on the toe box, so you have a little bit of airflow coming towards your toes, but it's not a lot of perforation holes, so you can expect the shoe to still get a little bit hot, especially if you live in the desert like me. But to have some type of mesh, to have some type of breathable points, is all you can ask for when you're about to go into the summer season. Although we're still in spring, we're getting very close to summer, and technically it's already summer out here in Arizona because we only have like summer and fall when it comes to weather or something like that. We might have winter for like a week, I don't know. This shoe is really well thought out, and I gotta say that the most important pieces are your midsole and your outsole. But with the upper, this piece that seems to be very like not noticed is this controlled reaction device that is on the heel counter. This piece goes around the heel of your shoe to bring extra stability. It doesn't allow your foot to roll off to the side as easy as you would in most skate shoes, and I love the fact that it's there because it makes this low top feel like a mid top when it comes to protection and stability. And because of that, I felt very comfortable in the shoe when skating it. I didn't feel like my foot was gonna ever roll over to the side, especially when this shoe exhibits a running style feel. Going to your insole, you do have a different type of insole for a skate shoe. Honestly, I haven't seen any skate shoes from New Balance use this insole before, but it is on the flatter end, but it also has like cushioning around your heel, and it cups your heel and just allows your heel to sit nice in the shoe. It is a little bit more dense towards the heel than it is at the forefoot, but it's not by a lot. They don't have a name for this insole right now. I don't know if it's an absorb insole or if it's a fuel cell insole or if it's, I don't know what type of insole this is, but I do know that it's very nice and comfortable. It's flimsy. You can't expect too much from it, but at the same time, with the way that this outsole and this midsole are put together, you shouldn't have to expect much from this insole. With this insole being about 3, maybe 4 millimeters thick, I highly recommend that if you are going to use aftermarket insoles in this shoe, that you do not exceed 5 millimeters, because then this shoe is going to be extremely thick on the outsole and you will have very little board feel if you do that. If I'm looking for arch support though, I would look for a flatter insole that just has the arch. You don't really need anything extra for the heel or anything like that, because this midsole and outsole will take care of you. Speaking of that, this midsole uses Absorb and the outsole is Endurance. Now the Endurance outsole features a clear rubber piece, so you can see the first piece of Absorb, which is only at your forefoot, and then the Absorb is exposed towards the back and the heel of the Endurance outsole, so you can feel how cushiony and how impact resistant the Absorb is in the shoe. Now, the Absorb midsole is a combination of condensed foam and impact support to give you this nice cushiony but impact resistant feel, which is what's going throughout this entire outsole, giving you that runner shoe feel. It is insane the way they use Absorb in this shoe versus how they use it in the insole for instance, Jamie Foy's shoe and Frankie Delaney's shoe and the 808s from Tiago. The Absorb in this shoe feels so different from those three that like it just has to be studied. It has to be studied, then they have to use it some more in future models. It feels very comfortable on the feet. It helps your feet not be so fatigued when it comes to skateboarding, and it gives it that cup sole running shoe feel. With that being said, the shoe is going to feel a lot more like a runner for sure. So you're going to have to get used to that, because there is not another shoe in the market that I could personally say compares to the way that this shoe feels. Maybe you might get close with the Tiago 1010, but I'm going to compare that to you guys in just a moment. And maybe for other shoes in the market, the DC Lynx might be close, and maybe the PS8s, but I still don't think either one of those shoes feel close enough to what the Reynolds feel like. I think this shoe is a really, really good skate shoe, and I think it's definitely worth the $130 that it is. It is a true size fit. It is very impact resistant. The outsole is very grippy in places it needs to be, and not as grippy in places where it doesn't need to be, but it looks like it's going to last a while. Has a lot of flex screws in the forefoot where they're supposed to be. Has a nice hard piece at the actual arch of your foot, which is going to allow you to eat that impact from Primo and other like weird landings that you may get at that forefoot, keeping your forefoot and your arches nice and safe. And then that heel is very nice and cushiony. I can't explain how different the cushioning feels in the heel, other than you just have to try it and feel it on your foot. It definitely feels like a runner when you are standing in this shoe. That is the Reynolds 933, but before you guys go, I want to do a little bit of a comparison for you guys. Now, if you guys have been watching New Balance and Andrew Reynolds talk to these different brands like David from Blue Tile, and even amongst themselves and making videos about the creation of this shoe, you know that New Balance and Andrew Reynolds took a long time putting this shoe together. They took a lot of people to go on ahead and do gait analysis on his feet and try different technologies and try different shoes, because Andrew Reynolds took the time to test out different models to come up with this shoe. The two models that stuck out the most to me were the 480s and the Tiago 1010s. Those are the ones I saw him in the most. I know he skated the 808s as well, but I saw him the most in the Tiago 1010, followed by the New Balance 480. I could see what he took from both of these shoes to give you this shoe. Now, he did take these shoes apart. I believe he split both of the shoes in half so he could talk about the different things going on in the Tiagos and the 480s, and then he came up with this beautiful masterpiece. The 480s, or in this case the 480s, and the Tiago 1010, the main thing with these two shoes is that they use the Fuel Cell midsole and they use the Endurance outsole. The Endurance outsole is very different on both shoes. With this shoe, the exposed area is the middle of the shoe where the fuel cell really sits, and it's very cushiony, so you can get a good feel of what that feels like. On this shoe, the exposed area is the fuel cell at the heel. It is very minorly exposed, but there is a lot of fuel cell going in the shoe, and most people who skate the Tiagos love the way the Tiagos eat impact. They love the durability. They love the way the shoe skates. These two shoes use a more square toe, which the Tiago is a little bit sharper than the 480, but it is still a square-like toe. Now, the main difference between those two shoes and the Reynolds is that the Reynolds uses Absorb to take the impact. I find Absorb being that it's that condensed foam, it's a little bit more firm, but it still eats impact in this shoe just as well, if not better than the Fuel Cell. And the toe box is a little bit sharper, following that more runner-like silhouette. And I think because this toe box is sharper, it definitely helped with my kickflips and my flick shifts in general. I definitely had to adjust, being that I was just in the 480s doing that 7-day trial, which, to give you guys a little bit of extra info on that 480 review, I've actually been in that shoe for at least 11 skate sessions and they are still holding up very, very well. So if we're expecting technology and durability like the 480s, this shoe is going to last a very long time. And so far, I've already had 4 sessions in them and they still look very, very good. I don't think this shoe is going to fall apart fast at all. But just comparing them to the 480 and the Tiago 1010, I know it says the Tiago 1010 is lighter. That shoe is not lighter. This shoe is definitely lighter than the Tiago 1010. It is very light for the amount of technology that is in this shoe. I have actually the weight right here because a lot of you guys like to ask me the weight of the shoes. This says that it is 15.5 ounces. I think that's pretty light. I think it might be lighter than even that, but that is what they have it as recorded for the New Balance site. Personally, I recommend that you guys check out this shoe. I know it is $130, but you are going to get your money's worth when it comes to spending that $130 on this shoe. Now, there's a whole bunch of other shoes out in the market that are close to that. A lot of people who love skating the Tiagos love skating the Tiagos because they're durable, they're comfortable on feet, they keep their feet nice and protected, and they last long. This shoe is going to give you that same reaction just for an extra 10 bucks. And that's all I'm saying with that. I personally do like the way this shoe is skating right now. I'm going to continue to skate this shoe and feel it out and see what new tricks I can learn in them. And just in general, enjoy skateboarding because the shoe is bringing me some comfort and fun to my feet, which is making skateboarding a lot more fun. I don't like when I skate a shoe and my feet start to hurt in any part of the shoe. And it's cool to have a shoe that feels nice and comfortable. Maybe it's because I'm getting older. I have no clue. But the Reynolds is a really, really good skate shoe so far. I personally recommend that if you could get your hands on a pair of Reynolds in the future. I know we have 2 of the 6 different colorways that they feature in different seminars and other ways and photos and things like that out right now. So you can expect 4 more colorways. So be on the lookout because these shoes did sell out very, very fast when they dropped, which is why I had the black and olive. I could not get my hands on the brown ones at all. But hopefully in the future I will get a nice colorway, and I'm hoping that they eventually drop a burgundy and gray with a white outsole. I think if they do that, that is a staple for running shoe looks for New Balance, and they always look sick whenever they decide to do it, and I think it will hit the skate industry extremely hard. That's just my little piece and my little nugget to you guys. As always, it's Jay's Skate Day. Make today your day. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. There's more shoe reviews at the end somewhere on the screen here. Hit that playlist. You will see all the different reviews I've done from the first couple of days of my channel to 12 years later. Hopefully they will be informational to you guys because I know a lot of those shoes are still being made today. And if you guys are looking to check out this shoe, keep your eyes open at your local skate shops that sell New Balance. Keep your eyes on the shop, the New Balance website and things of that nature, Tactics Online, all that stuff, CCS. They probably will do a restock on these 2 colorways, or they will go on to the next colorway. I know for sure with the way that the shoe sold out and how fast it sold out and how comfortable and how well the shoe is being received, that they're going to continue to make this shoe. So you want to keep your eyes out and looking for these shoes. Hopefully these shoes don't turn into like a dunk situation, but they do skate that good and they are that comfortable. So, you know, my tip to you guys, keep your eyes open at your shops. Hopefully you guys stick around for some more videos, and I will catch you guys later. Make today your day. Peace out.